Welcome to Live from Size Lounge, showcasing alumni of Iowa State University and Cyclones everywhere, making communities, Iowa, and the world a better place. Good afternoon and welcome to Live from Size Lounge. My name is Matt Van Winkle with the ISU Alumni Association. Today I'm joined by Iowa State alum Ariel Perry. A 2015 graduate with a degree in kinesiology and health, Perry is currently the programming director at Can Play Sports, a nonprofit organization in Iowa dedicated to increasing the positive impacts on youth through the growth and evolution of adaptive and no-cost sports programs. Barriers such as limited family budgets or the need for an adaptive environment can keep kids from participating. Can Play supplements the cost of playing sports and adapt the play to the skill level for each child, creating the opportunity to play despite the barriers. Here to tell us more about Can Play is Ariel Perry. Ariel, thanks so much for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit about how you got involved with Can Play Sports.
Yeah, so funny story. I was actually working on a project for my graduate studies, whereas we had to create our own sport facilities and be the owners of that. And at the same time, I was actually job searching. And so I was on Indeed trying to find my dream job. And at the time, it was Opportunity on Deck, and it said Director of Programming. I was like, oh my goodness, this sounds exactly like what I am creating right now. And I was extremely intrigued with the mission and the service that Opportunity on Deck did. And I felt as though I could fit into my participants' shoes. And I applied, and Dylan got back to me, and I'm here. And so I love sports. I hold a huge passion for empowering youth as well. And so bringing those sports and that empowerment together, that's what I do.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about Can Play Sports before we brought you on, but tell our audience a little bit more about it and what you do as the programming director.
Yeah, so Can Play, originally Opportunity on Deck, which are those free of charge sports, and Courage League sports, which are those adapted sports for kids with special needs, merged as of January 1 of 2020 and became Can Play. Under Can Play, however, we still have opportunity programs, which are those free of charge, and we focus those low socioeconomic areas. And then Courage programs still keep what they have always done, and they do those adapted sports and recreation for kids with special needs and different abilities. And so we're able to join, and now we serve many youth within central Iowa. And so that's kind of what we do. And then I'm in charge of opportunity programs, and my coworker is in charge of Courage programs. And we're able to do those things together now.
Very cool. So you studied kinesiology and health here at Iowa State. How did your education help prepare you for the work that you're doing today? And how did that interest in sports in this area kind of pique your interest in something that you wanted to pursue after you graduated?
My studies at Iowa State expanded my love for exercise and sports and has allowed me to teach and put the knowledge that I did learn into perspective. And so that's continuing to have youth move and gain the exercise they need to improve their everyday life, no matter what they're going through, health-wise, home-wise, school-wise. We get them together with sport, exercise, and we have a lot of fun there. And I never thought really that this would be what I was doing with that degree. I always thought I'd be a strength conditioning coach or some kind of fitness guru because I did an internship for strength conditioning, and that was my focus, and I thought that was what I was going to do forever. However, my degree allowed me to explore my passion, again, empowering those youth in sports. And so I'm able to do that now. And thanks to Iowa State and that degree, it really has landed me this spot with Can Play.
Very cool. We're talking with Ariel Perry, Programming Director for Can Play Sports right here in central Iowa. What's so unique, I feel like, about this nonprofit Can Play Sports is that it provides opportunities not only to families living on limited budgets, but also for those people that need those adaptive sports, whether it be equipment or a little extra assistance. Why is it so important to offer these services?
The amount of people and youth that are living with these disabilities or living in low socioeconomic areas is tremendous, and you wouldn't believe the actual number. There's just a large number of people within Greater Des Moines living with disability and even nationwide, millions of children actually receive special education services. And they make up one of the largest minority groups in the world. And so being able to provide them with these opportunities is huge, because actually 20% of the children living with a special health care need are obese. And so we don't want that, obviously. We want to give them an outlet. We want to let them know that we're here for them, give them the resources they may need. Because a lot of them also kind of get discouraged because they have a special need. And so we allow them to kind of overcome that, and let them know that they can play. And we feel as though that's crucial and super important for the populations that we serve.
And you guys are serving people in central Iowa, but also you're starting to move into some areas throughout the state as well, right?
Absolutely. So yeah, it's not just central Iowa. We're working on expanding, and we are going to expand moving forward. And we're working on that right now. As far as programs right now, there's Courage programs in Iowa City. There's opportunity programs in Newton, Sadell. We're in Waukee. We're in West Des Moines. We're in Clive, Indianola. We're all over the place. And so our locations moving forward are endless, and we hope to continue to empower and improve the health of youth, really nationwide is what a goal of ours is.
Yeah. And with obviously being in all those areas, you guys really, I'm sure, rely on volunteer support and donations as well. I'm sure that's a big piece of what you guys look to do is fundraise. How can people get involved with Can Play?
There's endless possibilities to get involved with us. Because we're a nonprofit, yes, we depend highly on our volunteers. So anybody that's 14 or over can come out and play with us. Whether you're a student needing those over court hours or there's service hours, a civic or corporate group, or just a community member that wants to come out and help the community, we kind of allow anyone and everyone to come out and serve and help us coach our youth and be that mentor, be that role model. As you mentioned, we are a nonprofit, and so we do accept donations as well. So you can give the gift of opportunity and donate to us, especially because times for our youth can be very challenging, whether they're living with a special need or living in a low socioeconomic area, and their budgets are a little short. And so we kind of depend on those donations as well. Equipment, we actually get a lot of our equipment donated. And so if you are doing spring cleaning or fall cleaning and come upon some sport equipment that you no longer use, feel free to reach out, and we'll take those donations as well. If we can't use them, we always find an organization that can. And so that equipment will never go to waste. We'll always find a use for it. And I know that our kids can really benefit from that equipment, not just at our practices, but we also give out equipment at the end of our programs. And so each participant will get a soccer ball, a baseball glove, a bat, whatever that may be. We give that to them at the end of that program so they can continue to practice those skills that they learned with us.
What are some of the sports that you guys offer? You listed a couple in there: baseball, basketball, soccer. What are some of the other sports that you guys offer? And on the other side, what are some of those adaptive sports that you guys offer as well?
We offer all sports, really, is what I say. So basketball, dance, soccer, flag football, volleyball, lacrosse, ultimate frisbee.
Any way to get people active, right?
Anyway, yeah, exactly. We offer endless amounts of sports, and we're always looking for new ideas. For instance, this fall, we just are going to start a HERS program, which is an all-girls program for us. And so we're super excited for that, to get those young girls out there and playing. Again, a huge passion of mine. So we're excited for that. And on the adaptive sports, they do everything we do, except they adapt those sports. And it's crazy to me that they can do that. And I've learned so much from starting this merger with Courage League and their programs and how they adapt those sports. And I've been to a few of their programs as well, and been super impressed on how they can adapt those, whether they have a participant in a wheelchair that has a walker, they can participate as well.
One of the cool things is this week marks the 31st anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act being signed into law. And another Iowa State alum, just like you, Ariel, Senator Tom Harkin, the former senator from Iowa, is the one who introduced that bill into Congress. Talk about how Can Play Sports is really making a positive difference for people with disabilities here in our state.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, there's so many people that have these different abilities around us, and I don't think that many people know this or notice it, but it's a huge population, and so we're able to, with this act, able to offer these sports and allow them to play and allow them to be physically active. So they're able to get out of the community and do the same things that everybody else does, and they don't feel different. And so that's kind of how we came up with the name Can Play, is because we want to allow every participant, every youth, every adult living with a special need know that they can do the same things that everybody else can. And yeah, we just feel it's crucial. And so as part of this act and a part of what we do, it's just doing better things around the world and the nation, Central Iowa, within sports.
Well, Ariel, thank you so much for coming on and telling us a little bit more about Can Play Sports. You're really making Cyclones everywhere proud of the work you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me, Matt.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ariel.
Thank you.
All right, that's Ariel Perry, Programming Director for Can Play Sports right here in Central Iowa. Thank you so much for tuning in to Live from Size Lounge. We'll see you again next week with another interview with an Iowa State alum. This series is made possible by members of the Alumni Association. If you are interested in staying connected to the university and receiving all the benefits and services of being a member, visit isualum.org.